When it comes to Ruined, there's nothing really new here. It pretty much just fits the bill of this crazy light skinned person whose desires for one half of a married couple lead to them becoming so crazy they're willing to kill. To summarize the film, Landon and Liv are college sweethearts who nearly had it all. Landon was a successful OBGYN with his own practice, with a strong focus on black maternal health. And at the same time, Liv was an up and coming interior designer and only put her career on pause so that she can fully focus on having children since, based off the relationship she had with her mom wasn't really there for her as she wanted, so she wanted to be all in when it comes to her kids. The problem is, even after about a decade or so of trying, Liv is unable to have kids. And it's not explicitly said why, whether it's her ability to conceive, maybe something going on with Landon. Either way, unfortunately, they're not able to have a kid at this point. Enter Dr. Alexis Torres, who is potentially a renowned psychologist, specifically when it comes to marriages. And she runs into Liv while Liv is hanging out with one of her friends at a farmer's market, and she offers her assistance. However, as with any of these I just bounced into you or bumped into you out of situations, we quickly learn that a lot of the things that was done by this new person who just suddenly comes into your life was calculated, and as much as they appeared to have good intentions at first, that was all just a ruse. So, unfortunately, we're going to start with a low point because there's no highlights when it comes to Ruin. And the low point is when it comes to Liv and Landon, there isn't much done for them to be a compelling couple. Yes, both of the actors who played them are attractive people, but in terms of the chemistry with each other, it's pretty much non existent. And then when you add in that when it comes to them having issues with having kids, we come in at the point where the relationship is starting to not falter or deteriorate, but definitely become a bit contentious because of Landon's being so adamant about his legacy, while Liv is kind of like, this is dealing damage to my body and mental state, also emotional state, and she's starting to feel like she's not enough. It's like, as individuals you can understand this story, but in terms of them coming together as a couple and you kind of seeing the give and take, or even when Alexis tries to do some therapy with them, things don't really come together. It never goes beyond two actors playing pretend. You don't really get into these characters' relationship, get butterflies, or anything that would really make you want to root for their relationship, or the potential that when all is said and done, maybe either Landon would get over himself having a biological kid and accepting an adopted child, or else Liv, even though she just went through something massively stressful, now being able to have one. Which leads to the on the fence topic, which is, I'm not necessarily mad at Carrie Hilson for playing a character like Alexis who just checks off boxes. Something about her playing this type of character that pretty much is like Michael Ealy's signature at this point, it just, granted, not enough is done for you to take Alexis' side, but I think enough is done to show her as unhinged and sort of crazy that you can get into what she's trying to do. Never to root for her, but at the very least you're like, I want to see whether or not she'll survive, whether or not Liv will kill her in order to protect herself and her husband. Maybe she might actually kill Landon or get what she wants for maybe a moment. Either way, there's a part of you that kind of wants to see what's going to come of this, yet at the same time, rarely, if ever, you're given a sense that this isn't going to follow the usual trajectory that most films like this have. Overall, when it comes to Ruin, it feels very formulaic, but at the same time, it's still enjoyable. For while it doesn't push to explore or have anything new, it delivers what is expected, and if this is your type of film, you'll enjoy it.